I have not talked enough about my father, and now there are certain things that I'm just putting together. My father, I think he was like a warlock of magician voodoo of some sort. I say about the voodoo for a fact. I think we believe, for those who know the story, we believe that my father caused with voodoo an accident to his sister's ex-husband with a truck, but whatever, we will never be able to confirm. But what it's confirmed is that I believe that my father tried to offer me to a man, to the teacher of the flute teacher. Not only that, he tried to introduce me to astral projection. How? May you be asked yourself. Well, I remember that one time, this is before my parents even divorced, and I tell you, my father was convinced that my mother would not divorce my father. For what reason? Because he tried lawyer and lawyer and lawyer and lawyer and lawyer after a lawyer. He couldn't, my mother was stronger than him. Anyways, but the astral projection. I remember that one time we were eating or something, I don't know, and I heard my father mention that he could fly. I think this was when he was working in another city and he would come on the weekends home, and I was like, that you can float? Really? How do you do that? And I don't know, I was like, if this was before the divorce, it could not be more than 10. And he explained me, I was around 10, 11 because I was sleeping in my sister's room. I remember that clearly. So I was laying there in the bed and I was doing whatever he was explaining me to do. And I remember that I was so much into it for a while, so much. And I could never, I gave up because it's like, I don't think this shit works. I don't think my father can actually levitate. Right? Right. If I would have believed that I could actually levitate as Jesus walked the waters, probably I would have levitated, but it never happened. I had sensations and I thought maybe this is it, but I'm not entirely sure. So in this I was older. The offering was before, and what else? Yeah, I don't know, a lot of shit, but I got the tarot reading from my father. I never got into the hand reading because of so much studying. We had a book at home about the hand reading, and I was certainly into kind of. I was certainly into curious, in the dream interpretation because I had always many dreams. And talking about dreams, I had several recurrent dreams. And there are some that I remember clearly that only one happened time. One dream, there are two dreams that are similar. One of these two is everything's green. We go to kind of an aunt grandma's house of some sort, but everything's green. Everything's green. It's like a green filter. And I remember that my sister dies in a bathtub. And I go running like, no. Then in the second dream, where my sister dies, it's like a battlefield. It's like a war, and she gets down, she dies, and I kiss her on the lips, like, oh no. Then are other dreams. One is my, ah no, this is the third dream where my sister dies. There is our flat, and there is a boy and a girl. The girl is with a red dress with white dots, and this kid, which I always assumed that I never knew who that kid was, but I assumed that it was Eric, my this is 6-year-old classmate. And he's chasing this girl, but they disappear, and then somebody's screaming, and I don't know what's going on. So I go to the other side, and I find my sister thin as paper, dead. And I hold her like, no, 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 don't go, don't go. And then this kid tells me, I will protect you, just go away. Or something like that. I don't know. I was really young. Another dream. What other dream? I had yeah, this recurrent dream where I'm in my building's elevator, but the elevator goes fucking crazy, up and down, blah, 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 blah. And then it goes down into this. There is kind of, it's not a basement, it's like a parking lot under our building, but the building is like a major other buildings. It's strange. So there is a parking lot and it's dark, and this is for real. And in the dream it's dark, and there is no lights. It has always been super scary, so it translated to my dreams. But it's insane because the up and down, it was, I remember I had the dream like 3-4 times or so along my life. It's strange that my teeth fall down. Well, I have many dreams about my teeth falling down. Yeah, I don't know. So this is why it has been so hard to forgive my father, because I think he was bringing me to the dark side, bringing me, but not even in a subtle way, but really boldly. I tell you, forgiving my father was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, because I think he was an evil man. An evil man. But nonetheless, regardless, he was a man, right? And the thing also about my father is that in Spanish it's called amarre. There is like this, I've never done it. I just know of its existence, and that it's really powerful. If you do something to like, it's like a love trap enchantment or something like that, where you do this and the person seemingly like gets obsessed with you, right? I tell you, I never did it. That's why I am who I am, because I never did such things. Perhaps when you were a child in the super pop magazines, because there were this shit there, and I remember that. But not knowingly, not and I think perhaps that's what my father did to my mother. And sometimes I think, if my father would have not been like a warlock, trapping my good soul mother, I would have not been born. My father also told me around that age, around 11 or so, that he believed that we get thoughts implanted in our heads. That's why evolution happens and stuff. I tell you, my father knew shit, and I think it's better for everyone's sake that my father is no longer with us. May my father rest in peace if it's in God's will. Here's where I think that my sister got in her mind that I was the favorite and that they love me more and all of her jealousy or whatever. I don't know. My sister had something really certainly strange about my father. I don't care. And but I am a victim of it. So the thing is that my sister, as good as she is, she's not that sensitive for whatever reason. My father abandoned my mother and my sister once, came back. He did that when I was there too, a second time, but so my sister had this something weird with my father. I don't know. My sister was like an angel. She was blonde with blue eyes. I'm brunette with green eyes. So certainly different. But I have something that she never had. And whatever that is made her jealous. I believe she has the same as I do, but seems that in her eyes, not. In her eyes, is she's fat and I'm thin, and that's that's not really it. Because I'm not even that skinny. And so this uh it's not that my father loved me more. My father was just obsessed with me, probably for because of this sensibility that I think I got acquired because of my deceased classmate, actually. So my sister was jealous that my father was focused on me because he wanted to corrupt me because he already corrupted my sister. He thought he had corrupted my mother in a at certain level, perhaps, but she divorced him, so she was stronger than him. So he never got me, and I left to Germany without me telling him. After the Christmas, where he sent me an SMS saying Merry Christmas, and I didn't answer. 1 month later, he died. I said in Germany I didn't go to the funeral. I got told he died 3 days later. So, what was the point, anyways? I hope you enjoyed my little resume of my father's life. Also, cherry on top, he had blood cancer. One of the worst. He fought for 8 years. I don't actually know how he died. I think he died in bed, but my mother saw him before he died. She said he looked like crap. Well, deserved. We get our own judgment already alive. And I'm pretty. My heart is suffering, but I'm pretty. And my father was an asshole. I shouldn't say that, but he was the life in general, as a concept, as an idea, is better without my father on it. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry for saying that, but God forgive me for saying those bad things.